Beloved, thanks so much for joining this broadcast. Before I continue, if you have not subscribed to Ernest.com on YouTube, kindly subscribe. Subscribe because I'm going to release a lot of information and I don't want you to mix every episode or every session of this content. And I want you to subscribe so that anytime I upload a video, you get a notification. At this series, I'm going to deal with the love affair. The love affair. What I mean by the love affair is that I want to give you keys to knowing the perfect love, keys to knowing the perfect love. And you, after this session, you understand that why you should be full of love. Of course, I know you are full of love, but you understand more of the word called love. Trust me. And this your world with Akom. And I'm going to give you every information that you need to love, to receive love, and to enjoy love. Trust me. You see, we are living in a world where there's a lot of things happening. We don't even know how to define the word love. There are 17 keys that I want us to understand. But today's video is going to be only for the introduction. So that the other videos, we're going to deal with the keys to knowing the perfect love. And I trust that before we finish this sessions or this series of the love affair, you'll be filled with love. Because trust me, whatever we are doing on this planet without love is waste. And I trust you will get through this. God bless you for watching. As I said, we're going to deal with the introduction for this particular video. We're going to deal with the introduction. And I start with this. A healthy definition of love is a crucial tool to understanding the central message of the Bible. According to the Bible, love is not confined to sexuality. Love is not confined to sexuality, nor it is primarily a feeling at all. This is where sometimes you are not careful. You might think love is based on feelings. But hear careful. Love does not base on feelings. As we move on in the introduction, you understand why I'm saying love does not base on feelings. But when you have achieved love, you realize that your feelings follows. So feelings become the secondary matter of the system of love. I'm not saying feelings is not part of love. What I'm saying that there should be a commitment or a decision making before feelings follows. But as we move on, we get to know why love is basically a decision making body. If you're able to take right decision, if you're able to commit to what I'm talking about, love, you understand that it doesn't start from feeling. It does not start from feeling. Let me give you a typical example. You know, like a young lady who feels the boyfriend is not calling her often, or a wife that feels that the husband doesn't have time for her. You know, so all these things generate, and we call it a feeling. Because if you're not careful, you might base on that to conclude or to take a decision which is not right, because all this thing can tell you that maybe your boyfriend does not love you, or your fiancé does not love you, or your husband does not love you. But trust me, love does not base on those things. Trust me, love does not really base on those things. But I'm trusting that after we have gone through this introduction, you will come to the conclusion that, and I'm sure most of you understand that love does not based on feelings, that based on decision making. I'm sure. Right? I'm sure most of you understand that. Now, the Bible teaches that love is a commitment. As a commitment, love is not dependent on good feelings. That's what I'm saying. Does not depend on good feelings, because somebody might be so nice to you. Somebody can do everything for you. But if you use that as a yardstick that the person loves you, you will get it wrong. I'm going to tell you something. A lot of people got married because of feelings, and I can tell you for a fact myself, my own life. From my beginning of marriage, I'm telling the truth. I'm married based on feelings, but after the marriage, I realized that it has been a decision making. So I have to critically analyze myself very well and move from the system of feelings and enter into the decision making body, so that I can be able to deal with my home. I can be able to work on my marriage. I can be able to deal with everything that I do, which is an angle of love. You see, let me tell you something. You see, if you're not careful, and then you look at what is happening in your home. I'm talking to the marriage people, the couples, especially the couples. If you're not careful, you look at what is happening in your home. Because of you did not take a decision to be with your spouse. Now, because of certain things he or she is not doing at home, you might conclude that then there's no love. I'm telling you the truth. You might conclude that there is no love. But love goes beyond of what is happening at home. Love goes beyond on morality. Love goes beyond on character. Love goes beyond on things that people do, which they use that as a yardstick of love. I'm telling you. So with this series or sessions of this love affair that I'm going to deal with, when I start introducing the keys, you understand that it is indeed love is not a feeling, but love is a decision. And you're able to decide well, then you know that your feelings follows. Because if you decide to be with somebody, no matter how you decide to be with a person, at the end of the day, you know that your feelings are supposed to follow you. What does a feeling mean? It feeling means that things you're supposed to do to make sure that relationship, to make sure that marriage, to make sure that companionship or that friendship holds, you will do them. But because some of them are not decision based, when they do the feelings, they get tired. And when the opposite is not receiving continually, now decide that there's no love. So we can say that commitment then produces good feelings, not the other way around. Jesus became the perfect demonstration of God's unconditional love for us by laying down his life for our benefit. You see, I'm using this so that you understand the perfect love. Because perfect love is somebody or someone who is able to go beyond the behavior of the one receiving the love. Because trust me, if you and I will agree, if one of us should be the Jesus that who came to save man, think about this. How can you lay your life down for someone whom you know that the person is so bad, the person is so wicked, the person is so that you can't write anything good about the person? How can you die for such a person? It's obvious that you go to lay your life down for someone that you're not going to have anything beneficial from. It's obvious. But yet still we saw it, we have read about it, we have gotten knowledge about it, and realized that love was based on decision, because it took a decision. The quote that we know mostly is called, "For God so loved the world that he saved it." I have paraphrased it. For God so loved the world that he saved it. He gave his only begotten Son, Jesus, that whosoever believes in him, because he is a decision based, was not that we are good or we are bad. It was a decision based that you and I might have everlasting life. That's the love I'm talking about. But this is just an introduction. We're going to deal with the keys itself. The keys to this perfect love. I'm telling you the truth. The keys to this perfect love. Now, this is how we know that. We know what love is. Jesus Christ laid down his life for us. He laid down his life for us. And we ought to lay down our lives for our brothers. In fact, so great is this love. Paul uses it as a model for the love between a husband and wife. In the book of Ephesians, let's go to the book of Ephesians and let's read something briefly. The book of Ephesians, chapter 5, verse 25 to 28. Chapter 5, verse 25 to 28. And I'm reading. It said, husbands, love your wives, even as Christ also loved the church, and gave himself for it. Husbands, love your wives. Why is he saying this? Husbands, love your wife. What did Christ do? Christ took a decision to love us. So we need to take a decision and love our wives. That's a focal point of the love affair. So if you are talking about love between couples, it's saying that you, the man, love her. I'm telling you the truth. And I'm sure most of you understand this thing, that you need to love. And love is decision making. It's not feelings, because your wife can do certain things in the house, and trust me, if you're not careful, you file for divorce. And somebody you can comment on this comment section and tell me that there is marriage problem free. There's nobody can comment that, because every marriage has its challenges, has its issues. But if you're a man and you take a strong decision to be with your wife, you understand that you need to love her. And that love, you see that your feelings are followed by it, and certain things you're supposed to do so that the marriage you hold, you do them. You do them. Because sometimes you get to a point whereby you might think that, Charlie, you need to move away, you need to leave this marriage and move and all that. But trust me, sometimes the fight will happen, but you should know how to deal with them. That's why if you have taken the strong decision, you'll be able to understand, you'll be able to know how to deal with these things. You understand? Look at it. He said that he might sanctify and cleanse it with the washing of water by the word, that he might present it to himself, a glorious church, more having spot and wrinkle or any such thing, but that it should be holy and without blemish. So ought men to love their wives as their own bodies. He who loves his wives loves himself. He who loves his wives loves himself. This is another vital point or vocal point, or another point that is very crucial, very critical. That if you want to deal with the word, the love affair, you need to understand these things. Because marriages and relationships being disturbed with he doesn't love me, she doesn't care for me, she doesn't, because the foundation was wrong. The foundation was, we didn't get the foundation. Trust me, whatever you are doing on this planet, whatever you're doing is based on information. So if you don't get the right information, you're not going to get the right path to walk. I'm telling you, you need to get the right information, the right knowledge. Knowledge is information. You have to get it. And it's about studies, it's about learning. It's not automatic. Wisdom is inside of us automatic. But the only way wisdom will apply is when you have knowledge, when you have information, then wisdom will take effect. Trust me. So we need to get knowledge about whatever we want to do. If you want to learn how to love people, is to get knowledge, you get information. You can't just get it, you can't just do it. It is based on information, it's based on knowledge. If you want to show love to somebody, it's based on information, it's based on knowledge. It's not automatic to show love. It's not automatic. So this session of the love affair, I'm going to deal with 17 keys. We are going a long way, but I want you to come along, because I know that at the end of this topic, you will see that indeed I've gotten information, I've gotten knowledge. And so we see that this is not a love affair in name only. There is no human romance that can match that between God and man. God showed himself, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believes in him should not perish but have everlasting life. We see clearly that there's no human romance, there's no human feeling can match this. So when you take that strong decision to be with a woman, to be with a man, you realize that decision that you cannot be compared to any feelings, cannot be compared to any moral act. This is where we have to be. You have to be carefully looking at. You see, he said there is no human romance that can match that between God and man, as expressed in the sending of Jesus to die. But because it is a genuine love affair, it's a genuine love because God sending for his Son to die is a genuine love affair. And there is also a second side of this romance. We come to that. We must understand that when we are talking about love, we are not talking about feelings. You have to understand this. When we are discussing love, when we are discussing and conjoining love, we are not talking about feelings. I was talking to a group of people, and the topic was relationship leading to marriage. And I mentioned that love is not a feeling. In fact, the questions even took longer time than even my message itself, because a lot of people thought love is basically a feeling. A lot of people, that's how they feel. So when a boyfriend or the husband or the wife or the girlfriend, they are not doing certain things which portray love, they say, no, then he doesn't love me, she doesn't love me, she doesn't care for me, he doesn't care for me. These things are secondary issues, because if you really know, or if you took a decision to be with that woman or that man, you realize that his absence does not contribute to whether he loves you or doesn't love you. Have you called him or have you called her and sat down with her and he said he doesn't love you? Maybe. I'm not saying all of them are true, but the point is that those things does not justify love, because the love affair itself is a decision maker. And trust me, the moment you're able to take that decision, you will understand how you have gone perfectly into love. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. So greater love has no man than this, that a man laid down his life for his friends. I'm reading from John chapter 15, verse 13. So a man laying down his life for his friends. The greatest love. You come to love is willing to sacrifice for the good of others, even to death. Even to death. Let's look at something from 1 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 30. It's a long um, chapter, but we will consider few things and then move on, because though I speak with the tongues of men, of angels, and I have not charity, I am becomes a sounding brass or a tinkling cymbal. And though I have the gift of prophecy and understanding all mysteries and all knowledge, and though I have all faith, so that I could remove mountains, and I have not charity, I am nothing. And though I bestow all my goods to feed the poor, and though I give my body to be burned, and have not charity, it profited me nothing. Charity serveth long, and is kind. Charity envieth not. Charity vaunteth not itself, and not puffed up, doeth not behave itself unseemly, seeking not her own, is not easily provoked, thinketh not evil, rejoice not in iniquity, but rejoice in the truth, beareth all things, believeth all things. That's love. Believeth all things, beareth all things, hoped all things, endureth all things. Charity never faileth. But whether there be prophecies, they shall fail. Whether there be tongues, they shall cease. Whether there be knowledge, it shall vanish away. For we know in part, and we also in part. But when that which is perfect is come, then that which is in part shall be done away. When I was a child, I spake as a child, I understood as a child, I thought as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. For now we see through a glass darkly, but then face to face. Now I know in part, but then shall I know, even as also I am known. And now abideth faith, hope, charity, these three, but the greatest of these is charity. Charity is another word of love. So realize that upon whatever you do without love, you can become the influential person on this planet. But without love, you can be a leader, but without love. Because when you're a leader, your love is the decision that you build with your people. How you talk to them, how you handle them. It is very critical on this love affair. This famous chapter about love gives us one of the most eloquent description of love ever written. That's what we read right now. First Corinthians chapter 13, verse 1 to 13. It is very serious. You have to sit down and analyze it. You understand what I'm talking about? Folks, I want us to look at this great love God has blessed us with, even not keeping record of our wrongs in this particular verse. Now, you see, I wouldn't go this, but I will be digging this into further in when you're dealing with the kids. Or this very moment, anyone watching me, what I want you to understand is that love is decision. And when you take that decision, your feelings will follow. Don't stop following this series. Trust me. Don't stop following this series. It's my prayer that the grace of God will continue to help us to understand this great love of God towards our lives. And trust me, the moment you're able to see these keys to knowing the perfect love, now your love will be complete. And you're able to spread love. Because without love, we cannot go anywhere. With love, this world can be so beautiful for all of us. And a lot of challenges that we are facing is because we have lost the love and we need to bring it back. And trust me, we need to bring it back. This is an introduction to the love affair. Our next videos, we're going to deal with the keys. Trust me, follow this channel. And at the end of it all, you will smile. God bless you. This is your word with a call. See you on our next video. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share this video so that anybody of you, all your friends, your family members, they should watch it. and understand so that they can exhibit the love affair in every part of the house, in every part of the country, in every part of this great world that we are in. Bye bye, and see you on our next video. Stay blessed. Bye.